Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a lot of vinyasa flow and just kind of figuring out and finding our confidence again, and just finding that within ourselves and embracing that power that we have and remembering it. So let's get started. We're going to start in a seated position today. Finding our breath to begin with. So let's come to an easy position. You can have your feet here in like half lotus or just crisscross applesauce, whatever feels good for you. Let's remove that glutes from beneath us, really sitting in our back body, our sit bones, like we're sitting in a chair. A lot of the times people fold forward when we're sitting, we forget about our posture, but let's really sit up straight today and really feel that. All right. Starting to slow down our breath, making our exhales a little bit longer than our inhales. Coming into yourself. Starting to tune into your surroundings, your environment. But most importantly, how we are in the environment. How are we functioning right now? And tuning into how you're feeling. Maybe you're anxious. Maybe you're sad, maybe you're happy, maybe you're ready for a flow. Wherever you are, acknowledging that and putting it to the side and becoming present in the practice. Let's take one more breath. And inhale our shoulders up to our ears and roll them down and back. And doing that just a couple of times. Starting to loosen up in our head here. Reverse the rotation, going forward. All right, let's inhale our arms up and bring our right hand to the side of the mat and starting to stretch through the left side body. Pressing through our right hand, but arching over with our left, starting to twist up towards the sky. Breathe. And inhale back through the middle and to the left. And pressing through that left hand, arching your body on the right side and twisting towards the sky. Really still pressing down through that right hip. We don't want to lift it up, having an equal pressure on the ground. One more breath. Right, inhaling over again to that right side, just for a moment, and lifting up, but catching that right side, our right ear, and cupping our left hand over that ear. Extending through the right fingertips, but letting gravity pull your head to the left side. Starting to stretch into the side body of our neck here. One more breath. And moving your head down, grasping the occipital bone or the back of our head. Again, not pulling, just letting gravity do its work. Stretching into the back of the neck, upper back. And releasing that hand, rolling through. Inhaling those arms up and stretching to that left side just for a moment. Inhale, exhale to the middle, but catching that left ear with your right hand, extending through your left fingertips, letting gravity pull your head down towards the right side. Inhale, stretching through those tension spots, breathing into those. All right, let's move our hand to the back of our head, letting gravity pull our elbows down, stretching to the neck. One more breath here. Inhale those arms back up and back down to the middle of the body, Anjali Mudra prayer position. Let's breathe here, and just for a moment to get a little stretch in our chest, let's press our hands together, kind of creating some space in the back body and front body, chest. Just breathing here, starting to feel a little bit of ignition in our muscles, power, confidence in our strength. One more breath, press and release. All right, let's just do a couple of circles, bringing it around town. Again, almost like a twirly cat-cow, seated cat-cow. Guiding our body through, reversing the circle. Waking up your hips. All right, let's inhale, press our chest forward. We can grab onto our knees and really shine your chest. Powerful pose here. Proud, confident, but also finding that arch in your back. Again, pulling against your knees, coming into yourself. There's power in that too. Power and vulnerability. Let's bring our chin to our chest and really stretch through our back body. And moving at your own pace, doing a couple of seated cat-cows. Finding a place that maybe is talking to you a little bit more, stretching and breathing through that. Wherever you are, let's meet in neutral spine. One more inhale, bringing some air into your lungs. Stretch up, dropping those shoulders down away from your ears. Look up and release. Let's dive forward here onto hands and knees. Again, and practicing those cat-cows from where we were seated, now into a tabletop position. So pressing your feet against the mat, arching your back, dropping your belly, looking up. You're going to roll out your ankles a little bit and pressing up through cat. Just finding what feels good. Listening to your body. Inhaling, looking back at our right toes. Give them a wiggle. Exhale, inhale, looking back at our left toes, giving them a wiggle. And just finding a couple more cat-cows. Okay. Whenever we've finished our last cow, let's meet in neutral spine. Coming to our hands here, really pressing away from the mat, protecting our shoulders. Let's stretch out our right leg and just start rocking back and forth, just to wake up the calf muscle a bit. Breathing, releasing that, extending our left, stretching our left a bit. Release, and here we go. Let's, for just a moment, press into our hands and hover our knees over the ground. We are strong, we are confident, we can do this. Just starting to engage those core muscles, those legs, even the arms, the shoulders. Breathing here, finding your power. One more breath, and release those knees. Bringing those feet flat against the mat, and let's just rock back and forth again, waking up the wrists. Okay, let's stretch out the wrists just a bit, bringing our hands facing back, so twisting back. So they're facing our knees, and again, let's just rock on those. Just a different way to stretch. Making a couple of circles to the left, a couple to the right. And let's palm those hands to face each other. Fingers are facing each other and just doing the same thing. Rocking back. All right, now let's bring our hands flipped over so the palm of the hand is facing up towards us, and let's stretch through that. That gets a little weird, but again, finding what feels good and what your body is asking for. Breathing here and release. Coming up just for a moment onto our knees, shaking out our wrists. And here we are. Let's just stretch a little bit more into our arms. So bringing our right hand to our fingertips, right hand to our left fingertips, and stretching it out in front of us. Breathing here. You can even sit back onto your toes. You can get a nice toe stretch and hand stretch. One more breath. Release. Go to the right hand, stretching your right palm. Sitting back on your heels. One more breath. And release. Okay, let's come back to tabletop. We're going to hover one more time. So again, tucking your toes, pressing away from the mat. Four corners of your hand pressing into the floor. And let's just hover. Feeling that equality of pressing into your hands and your toes. Remembering your breath, smile. You have the confidence and strength to do this. One more breath here. And let's press up into downward dog, our first dog of the day. So let's walk it out. Waking up that back body. Bending into our left knee. Stretching through our right leg and switch, reverse. Pressing equally through our hands. And again, if downward dog is weird for you, you can do this on your forearms. Still like a good workout there, and also you can save your wrists a little bit. All right, whenever you're ready, coming to stillness. Let's breathe here, and let's do our first flow. Shifting to plank, pressing evenly through the palms, having a tuck in your core and a tuck of your tail, so almost like an arch, like someone's tickling your belly. One more breath here. Let's switch forward here and lower down all the way, hovering for just a moment, pressing through. Now this is our first cobra, so you can have a lower cobra or even a sphinx if you like, if your lower back is not ready yet. But if you are, meet me here in cobra, taking a breath, pressing down through those feet. And all right, let's hover back into plank, pressing back up into downward dog. All right, welcome the breath. Here it is. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's lift our right leg up, opening our hips, even bending at the knee, opening your body, your right to the right. Inhale, bringing our leg back, squaring our hips, flexing that toe, and shifting forward, hovering. Let's hover that same motion. Inhale that leg back up, and exhale, hover. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhaling the leg back up, hover. One more time. Inhale your leg up. Exhale, hover. Bring it to the right elbow, bring it to the left, and step through. Here we go, low lunge. All right, welcoming your breath. Hello. Breath, thank you. Feeling your heartbeat. Remembering your strength. All right, let's make sure our knee is over ankle. Inhaling, squeezing both legs and bringing ourselves up to high lunge. We first can start off here with our hips, our hands at our hips, sinking into that front leg, but still able to see our front toes. Pressing back and through. Inhale here. Let's inhale our arms up if we find the strength. And bring them to behind us. Clasping our hands and stretching back. A little back bend here. Inhale. Sink a little lower. Look up. One more breath. All right. Releasing those hands. Stepping that back foot in just a little bit and starting to bring our weight into the right side, to our right foot. So let's spread our toes out, bringing our hands to prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And let's walk our foot in. And here we go. Dialing those toes down. Again, making sure our headlights are straight in front of us. Bringing our hands here to our heart and starting to lift that left leg. You are very strong. Here we go. Let's lift, lowering our body, finding our drishti, our point of focus in front. Let's breathe here. You have a slight bend in your right leg. If you lose balance, don't worry. The ground is there to catch you. You will be fine. And you have the strength and confidence to get back up. Let's breathe. We are balancing. We are strong. Hold. Maybe going a little bit farther. Breathe. Don't forget about that back foot. And here we go. Let's lower back into lunge. Inhaling our arms up. Sinking into that lunge. Smiling up to the sky. All right. Bringing our hands back to Anjali Mudra. And let's just do a little twist. So starting to lean forward and bringing our left elbow, left tricep to our right leg. And here we go, twisting. Making sure we're working our hands still to the middle of our chest and not collapsing. We really want to engage those muscles. Looking back. Take one more breath here. All right, let's release. Let's go through a flow. Bringing our right foot back to meet our left. Hovering here. Pressing through plank. One more breath. All right, switch forward and starting to lower down. Hovering, hovering, and pull through, cobra. One breath here. Pressing up through our arms. All right, bringing back up through downward dog. Here we are in a dog. Pressing our heels towards the ground. Take one more breath here. And let's inhale that left leg up. Opening up to the left side, bending at our knee. Finding your breath. It is there. One more breath. Squaring our hips back. And let's bring our knee to nose. Again, hovering. Inhale it back up. And hover forward. Inhale back up. Hover forward. Let's do two more. Inhale back up. Forward. Up. And here we go. Holding. Bringing that left knee to the left elbow. Right elbow. Hover. And step it forward. Here we are. Low lunge. Finding our knee over ankle. Engaging through both legs. And let's inhale back up here to a high lunge. Bringing our hands to our hips. See where we are right here. Is your heart beating? Let's breathe. All right. Inhaling our arms up. Shining our chest to the sky. Smile. You're strong. You're confident. You made it to the mat. One more breath. Bringing our hands down to Anjali Mudra. And again, let's start stepping that right foot in. Bringing our body weight into that left standing leg. Again, spreading our toes out. Really feeling that firm, strong ground beneath us. All right, starting to lift our right leg. Dialing your right toes down. Each side is different. You might find more balance on this side or less. Either way, it's okay. Breathe. Finding your drishti, your point of focus. Lifting your leg a little higher. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Here we are. Balance your warrior. The confidence to find this balance. And the confidence to fall, to be humble. That's all a part of this life, is finding confidence and being humble to that. One more breath. And let's step back down into a high lunge. Feeling that stretch into our left thigh. Inhaling our arms up. Again, here we are, the sky. Breathe. Sinking a little bit lower. And bring our hands down to Anjali Mudra. Again, let's start twisting now. So, bringing our right elbow to our left leg. And here we are, twisting. Looking back. Waking up our spine. Smile. One more breath. And let's release, going through a flow. Again, pressing evenly into our palms. Bringing our left back to meet the right. Plank, press through our hands. Shifting forward and lowering all the way down onto our bellies. And pressing up into Cobra. Let's take a couple breaths in Cobra. Really pressing down through the tops of our feet. Rolling our shoulders down and back. Take a breath here. One more breath. And let's press back through child's pose just for a minute, bringing it to a wide-legged child's pose. So our knees to the edge of our mat. And let's walk our hands out. Breathing here. Just for a moment to find our breath again. To hear our heartbeat, to feel our body working. Take one more breath. And walking ourselves back up here and coming back to tabletop position. All right, so here we are. Let's press down evenly through our hands and bring our right leg up. This is also a balancing pose. It's a little closer to the ground, but still, it's shifting your weight, finding that balance, trusting yourself. All right, inhale, bringing our left hand up. Here we go, we're balancing. Again, finding that point of focus in front of you. Remembering your strength. Breathe. All right, let's bring our left hand down and just pulse that leg. Just getting a little bit of strength in those glutes. Releasing tension where we don't need it. Forehead, jaw. Give yourself a smile. 5 more. All right, and release. All right, let's bring that left leg out. Dialing those toes down towards the ground and lifting that leg. Breathe here, finding your strength and balance, and inhaling that right arm up. And balancing here. Inhale, exhale, lift a little higher, and release. Leaving that left leg up and just a little pulsation here. Releasing tension in your shoulders. Five more. All right, and release. Let's inhale, walking our hands in front of us here. Let's just get a little stretch in our chest and just walking our hands out into puppy, keeping our hips over knees, but bringing our chest down, our forehead to the ground, and pressing back. Opening up that chest, opening up that back. Finding a little humbleness here. Being humbled, surrendering to the posture. No attachments. One more breath. Let's walk our hands back underneath us and press back into downward dog. One more time here, walking our dog. And shifting forward into plank. Here we are, we're strong. We're gonna hold this for 4 breaths. Pressing back through your heels. If you want a little bit more strength, act like you're pulling your palms towards your feet. 2 more breaths. All right, let's shift forward and lower all the way down. Pressing up into cobra. Inhale and exhale back to downward dog. Here we are. Let's just slowly walk ourselves up to our hands, having a slight forward fold here. Deep bend in our knees. Our feet about 2/5 distance apart. Let's drop our head, shake that out. Breathe. Let's come to flat back, bringing our hands to our shins, looking up. And release, slowly rolling all the way up. Come to the side here. Let's inhale our arms up. And exhale, fold all the way down. Flat back one more time. And let's step back down into downward dog. Just one more dog here, pressing back through heels. And lowering to our knees. Coming to one side or the other. And here we are. Let's just do one more core strength, confidence building pose. So we're going to squeeze our knees into our chest. I'll come this way. Squeeze our knees into our chest and start rocking back and forth on our butt. Finding a moment of pause here. Whenever we find balance on those sits bones, let's start lifting our legs. You can keep your arms underneath your thighs for right now. So, to the side. So like this. Bringing your toes out in front of you at a 90-degree angle. Yes, this is a beautiful spot right here, really feeling that strength of your thighs against your tummy. But if you want to move it a little further, Finding a little bit more strength, releasing your legs, again, tightly bringing our knees close together and stretching towards our toes. Here we are. Breathing here, having an extension in our spine, in our head towards the ground. Hi, Rock. If you have a dog, you can lean on her. All right, one more breath. If you like, you can bring your legs straight. You'll find that prana, that shake. That's great. Have the confidence to go past your edge here. You are confident, you are strong. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. All right, before we drop our legs, find that balance. And let's just squeeze our legs here and let it go down here into star pose. So having our feet a little farther away from our pelvis and just having a passive stretch, stretching into those IT bands, that glute. We work that a lot in our balance pose. Virabhadrasana 3. And inhale and exhale, releasing your body over your feet. Starting to come back to that breath. One more breath here. And let's just walk our body over to that right side. Not too hard, like just a little bit to stretch a little deeper into that left IT band. Passively stretching, but still feeling that side body stretch. Inhale, back to the middle. And exhale to the left side, keeping your body low, finding that grounding feeling. We were up in the air a little bit, flying in our balance pose. The confidence to fly, but also the confidence to know when you're ready to ground yourself again. Those boundaries, finding boundaries with yourself and the world around you. One more breath. Back to the middle, walking your hands out and bringing ourselves back in. Walking our feet to the front of the mat, making sure there's nothing behind us. And slowly rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming to this ground here. Having a bend in our knees. And let's just windshield wiper our legs. Working out our lower spine. Cooling down, worked up a sweat. Finding our breath again. Take one more breath. Let's squeeze our legs into our body, rocking back and forth just a moment. And let's release, bringing our feet a little wider than our mat. Our hands, palms facing up. Slowing down our breath. Coming to Shavasana, corpse pose. The end of our practice today. Breathing into your belly. And before we end today, I invite you to think about one thing, maybe 5 things, but as of right now, one thing that you love about yourself, that you are confident about. You just did this practice. It could be that. It could be your balance. You could feel a little stronger. You could love your eyes. It could be physical. It could be an artistic thing you do. Whatever it is, acknowledging that. Taking a deep breath, holding on to that acknowledgement of yourself. Thanking yourself. Smile. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Yoga Birch. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.